Hey guys, this is Ken Faulkner again. This time's a fixed blade video. Something a little different. Most of my collection is going to be folders. Most of them are the locking type, modern type folders. But I do have a few fixed blades. And Scab over at Choir Boys Outdoors did a video, and he was responding to a tag directly to him, but he did an open. He had a specific tag out there for Singing Toad, but he also said it could be an open tag for other people. This is not one of the three favorite small fixed blades. Now this is a small fixed blade, and I do like this knife, and it's one that I've just picked up at Blade Show recently, and it's the Azula. Very cool knife. Very small knife, maybe a little too small, and that's probably why it doesn't make this list of 3. But what I really dig about this is that when I bought it, it was just a skeletonized handle, and I took the paracord. In reality, I was gonna buy some scales, and I actually did. I got the package, but then as I was waiting for that package to show up, I decided to give this a try. I didn't think I was going to be able to do a very good job, but I'm really happy with the way that paracord wrap turned out, and I was surprised how comfortable it is, how well it fits in the hand. Gives you a little extra cord on the outside, and I do like this sheath because it kind of allows me to do that pocket fixed blade type carry. So with it in here like that, I can put it in my right side pocket, and I could just grab it, push with the thumb, get it out, pop it back in. The sheath sits in the pocket, and this handle is kind of small, so it doesn't stick up too high, it doesn't get in the way. So it's a very cool knife. I do like it, but it's not one of the top 3. Now, you've seen, if you've been watching my other videos, some of these other knives. And the funny thing is they all have to do with blade shows. And it seems like that's what I do all the time, is just go to blade shows and talk about blade shows. But it was still recent, still within a couple of weeks since the last blade show, so I'm still kind of on a high about that. But this is the one that I made from that kit. If you haven't seen the video, it's a few back. I only have like 20 to 30 videos out. So it couldn't be too hard to find. But yeah, this is very cool. I like this. I picked the blade kind of stock material, and it actually had this kind of handle shape along with it, out of a bunch that they had. The Damascus, I always like the look of Damascus. I think it's very cool. I don't own a huge number because I don't feel like it's there for looks more so, but it sometimes can cause problems with the blade when you're making them. But they look darn cool for sure. But they did have the slabs as big rectangles when I first got it, and I pinned it, epoxied it, and sanded it down. Got to the shape I like. So this is a little customized thing just for me, just what I like. Nice sheath. I stained this, and it came out real nice, matching the handle. So that's my little fixed blade number 1. Now, when Scab did his, if you're familiar with Choir Boys Outdoors, you know that he's not exactly that much of a small knife guy. Now, he does show small knives, yes, but if you take like an average of the knives that he's showing on his channel, they're pretty darn large. So he did show some that were small-ish for his size, but they were definitely bigger than any of these. The next one I'm going to show was the next year at Blade Show West. This is a Bradford, and it is the Bradford Guardian 3. Guardian 3. You see that on there? This is a really well-designed, nice knife. Nice blade design. For such a small knife, it just fits in my hand really well. I mean, you know, I like bigger knives. but this one, it's got that forward finger choil. So if I'm going to get a knife that's fairly small, I like to have that forward finger choil. And because it is a fixed blade, one of the advantages you get is that you're not limited by the handle length. You're able to have a longer blade than you do have handle. And so with that forward finger choil, I'm still able to get a full grip on this knife, and it's very well under control. The jimping on here is just really quite awesome. It just really grabs you. The blade shape is very slicey. It's relatively thin, probably about 1/8 of an inch thick, maybe a little bit larger, but it slices really great. And it is M390 steel. See it there. And it comes with this cool sheath. Now they do have Kydex ones. I was thinking I might buy one, but I ended up kind of liking this one. I kind of do the appendix carry on this one. And that's pretty much what you're kind of forced into with this one. But if you get a Kydex one, I think you can have different rotations on your carry if you wish. But I've gotten to the point where I kind of like this one in that horizontal position. So that is fixed blade number 2. And the last one, you guessed it, also picked up at Blade Show this year. And if you could see the writing on this very, very cool sheath, it's a Morris knife. Morris is a small company. I talked to the guy about what he's doing with it. He's not really right now trying to make a ton of money. He says he's just trying to put his daughter through school, So he's a hardworking guy, and he does quality work. And I really like this knife. It's a little bit, probably the biggest, seems to be the biggest of all of these, but it's still that nice size where if I'm belt carrying this, and I'm living in the city, I'm not out in the wilderness that often, so I'm carrying this around, to the grocery store. I'm carrying it to the mall. People don't freak out too much, so that's good. So let me get this guy out. Look at that handle. Nice. It's just beautiful. I think I mentioned the story of this when I showed all the knives that I bought at Blade Show, but I definitely walked by, talked to them. They had some interesting. Now there's a father and son, and the father apparently was very much into weapons that are like a black powder type gun with like an axe on it or a knife blade on it, kind of incorporated. And he had this old book he broke out. It was like almost like falling apart, that old. I mean, and he's showing me all the different designs that they had. He was definitely a scholar of this stuff. I mean, he was really into it. I think the younger Morris is more into these more small fixed blades type knives. Now, if you've seen Apex Alchemy, he couldn't stand not just having one of these knives. He went out pretty quick, and I believe he had 4 of them on a video recently. So if you're interested in Morris knives, he had a little more information about them than I do, but that's a great video to check out. Got a lot of different designs from them, but I really like this one. It's a pretty thick blade stock, probably 3/16. I think that's what Billy was saying all of those Morris knives are. Still pretty slicey. It's got that nice flat grind. I think there's a slight hollow to this. I could feel that slight hollow. So it actually does cut very well. And this is actually 440C steel. I believe that's correct. It's at least 440. I think it's 440C, which kind of brought me back to my early days of collecting knives, and that's what was the big blade steel back then. So I mean, it's beautiful though. I like the kind of peen marks here on the flat, and then you can see the nice grind on the bevel. So anyway, there you go. There's my 3 favorite small fixed blade knives. And if you guys are buying only locking blades, you might want to give a fixed blade a try sometime. This one was only $150. I think that this kit was less than $100, maybe close to $100. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been so long. But you can pick up some really nice ones. Some of the budget knife companies are putting out some fixed blades. So, I mean, give it a try sometime. It's really a different kind of experience. You don't have that flicking open and closed experience. But it's definitely solid in your hand. You don't have to worry about it closing. If you're gonna grab it and pull it out to use it, it's already ready to go. No flipping out required. Of course, that that might be a no-go for some people because they love to flick out their knives. I know I do, but I still love my fixed blade knives. So thanks for watching the video. You guys take care, and I will see you on the next one.